Eric and the Whispering Wave. In a village where snow-capped roofs huddled by a restless gray sea lived a boy named Eric. He had the heart of a Viking, filled with dreams of exploring misty fjords and discovering new lands, just like his father. But Eric had a secret fear, as vast and deep as the ocean itself. He was terrified of the water. One blustery afternoon, an old woodcarver named Kari, whose hands were as gnarled as ancient roots, beckoned Eric into his workshop. The air smelled of pine and sea salt. Kari pressed a small, perfectly carved wooden longship into Eric's hands. "The sea has a song for those who are brave enough to listen," he rasped. "This little ship will help you hear it." That night, tucked in his bed with the wooden ship on his pillow, Eric was rocked to sleep not by his mother's lullaby, but by the roar of the ocean. He awoke with a jolt, not in his bed, but on the deck of a mighty longship. The wind screamed, and colossal waves, like liquid mountains, crashed over the bow. A towering Viking with a braided red beard roared, "To the oars, lad! The sea dragon tries to swallow us whole." Eric's heart hammered against his ribs. He saw the fear in the eyes of the other Vikings and remembered Kari's words. The sea had a song, and right now it was a terrifying battle cry. Eric scrambled to a spare oar. It was heavy and slick with sea spray, but he gripped it tight. He pulled with all his might, his small frame straining. He wasn't just rowing. He was fighting back against the storm, his oar a tiny sword against a giant foe. As he rowed, a strange thing happened. Beneath the howling wind, Eric heard something else, a deep, rhythmic pulse. The rise and fall of the waves, the creak of the wood, the grunts of the crew. It was a song, the song of the sea, and he was a part of it. As dawn broke, the storm retreated, leaving behind a calm, turquoise sea. Ahead lay an island, a jewel of green in the vast blue, with waterfalls that cascaded down cliffs like silver ribbons. The Viking chief, a man named Harold, placed a heavy hand on Eric's shoulder. "You heard the sea's true song, boy. You have the courage of a true explorer." Eric woke in his own bed, the morning sun streaming through his window. The little wooden longship on his pillow was warm to the touch and seemed to hum with a faint energy. He could still feel the phantom ache in his muscles and the phantom taste of salt on his lips. He didn't hesitate. Eric ran from his house, down the snowy path to the shore. The waves that once seemed like angry monsters now looked like playful giants. He waded into the shallows, the icy water swirling around his ankles, and laughed as a small wave lapped at his feet, as if whispering a welcome. Eric knew he would sail on a real longship one day. He wasn't fearless, but he had learned a Viking's greatest secret. True courage isn't the absence of fear, but listening for the music within the storm and choosing to row alongside it.